dance team for their energetic performance and for starting us off in such a good place. Good morning and welcome to everyone. My name is Ravi Kalan. I am the Parliamentary Secretary for Sport and Multiculturalism. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples. And thank the Tawanas Secondary Principal, Du Bois, for letting us be here today. I'd like to also recognize Surrey MLA for Surrey Green Timbers, MLA Rachna Singh, for her attendance today as well. Thank you for coming. It's been an honor and such an important announcement today, one that will benefit so many South Asian youth. I'd like to start off by introducing some of the speakers we have today. We have, of course, Minister for Mental Health and Addictions, Honorable Judy Darcy. We have a student from the school here, Hannah Harrison. We have Kulpreet Singh, founder of the South Asian Mental Health Alliance. We have Harman S. Pandare, co-founder of Song Creative Mentorship Association of Greater Vancouver. We have Laurie Larson, chair of the Surrey School Board of Education. And we have Harveer Panguru and Navjot Kag, who are grade 11 students here at this school. I'd like to also mention a few special guests that we have with us here. We have got a strong contingent of folks from Break the Divide, which is a student group that is doing amazing things here at this school and also schools around the Lower Mainland and around the world to tackle stigma and promote mental health. Also, we have Maninder Singh Bull, president of the Gurdwara Sahib Dashmesh Darbar, and also Darpinder Kaur Saran, founder of One Voice Canada. Thank you all for joining us today. Now it is my honor to start off by welcoming the student from here, the school here, Hannah Harrison, to offer us a First Nations welcome. Please welcome Hannah.
Thank you so much and welcome to Tamanawa Secondary. I would first like to acknowledge the shared Coast Salish territories of the Kwantlen, Katzie, and Samiamu peoples. The territories that our school is located on were our unceded territories, meaning that there were no official documents signing over the territory from the Aboriginal peoples to the place that we live today. Thank you so much for coming to Tamanawa Secondary, and these territories that we live on these Aboriginal territories that we live on, we're able to share our knowledge, grow, and play. Thank you so much for the Aboriginal territories, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Appreciate that. Thank you for welcoming us. I also have to mention, otherwise I might get in trouble, Gary Begg, the MLA for Surrey Guildford, is here as well. Welcome, Gary. And also Jim Sinclair, the chair of the Fraser Health Board. There he is. Jim, thank you for being here as well. Well, now it's my great pleasure to invite up a good friend of mine, a colleague of mine, Minister Judy Darcy, to tell us more about today's exciting announcement. Please put your hands together for Minister Darcy.
Thank you so much, Ravi, and hello, everyone. I want to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish people, and I'd really like to thank Hannah Harrison for starting us off today in such a good way. And thank you to those powerful dancers. They really just started us in a wonderful place today and fill us with joy and with the spirit of the future, which is what we're here to talk about today. I am very, very excited to be here today at Tamawana Secondary School. I also want to thank Principal Du Bois for his hospitality and for the opportunity to join all of you here today. And thank you all for spending your lunch break with us. I can't tell you how energizing this is, how inspirational it is to see the passion and enthusiasm of everyone gathered here for promoting mental health and wellness. I am honored to serve as British Columbia's first and Canada's only Minister of Mental Health and Addictions. And one of the things that I learned very early on is it takes a whole province. It takes a whole province. Bringing mental health and addictions out of the shadows will take every single one of us stepping up to the plate. Because stigma, That feeling of shame and blame still stands in the way of so many people reaching out for the help that they need. We know that shame and blame can keep people, both youth and adults, from opening up about the mental health or addictions issues that they're struggling with. We know that shame and blame can prevent us from reaching out for help before it's too late.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. And before I begin my comments, I'd like to acknowledge that we're here on the unceded territories of Coast Salish people. We know as immigrant communities, refugee communities, how it feels to be removed from your land. And I'd like to acknowledge and especially recognize the indigenous communities who continue in that struggle. So 10 years ago, when I first found help for attention deficit disorder and anxiety, I thought to myself, it's about time. For years, I struggled to find answers and solutions, and to finally have them was a breath of fresh air. Through a collaboration of like-minded individuals who themselves were touched by mental illness, the South Asian Mental Health Alliance was formed. The acronym is SAMA. In Punjabi and Hindi, it means the time. So the time is now. The time is now for us to have this conversation. The time is now for us to act. The time is now for us to collaborate. Over the years, we worked on grassroots level to educate and empower the community and to fight the stigma around mental health. But our vision was greater. So when MLA Ravi Kalu invited me to attend the roundtable discussion with Minister Judy Darcy, I thought, now's the time. And I actually stuck behind at the meeting, and I tried to express my feelings and my thoughts around mental health in the South Asian community to the minister and to Raymond, the minister's executive assistant. They were very, very receptive, which I'm so thankful for. So the South Asian Youth Mental Health Ambassador Program will empower 100 youth over the next 2 years to gain knowledge not only in mental health and mental illness, but also how it relates to the South Asian community. As Minister Darcy mentioned, racist protocols in our systems, as well as cultural differences and language barriers, cause a lot of South Asian individuals to not be able to access services. In addition, the stigma causes them to not be able to access services. If we start on a grassroots level with educating our youth, we can make a wave of change. So we struggle with a system that doesn't help those young people who are in a transition phase, especially the young people who are graduating from high school, going into adulthood. So we aimed our South Asian Youth Mental Health Program towards those youth to empower them so that they can go into their communities and create change. So to all of you, the ambassadors, now is your time. Now is your time to break the stigma. Now is your time to build the bridges. Now is your time to lead the charge. So I'm so thankful to you for taking on this challenge. And I'm so thankful to the minister and all of her team. I'm thankful to our community partners. We will be working with Gurdwara Dasmesh Darbar, and they have been telling us that they will be giving their full support in terms of establishing protocols and making space in the Gurdwara for us to do mental health outreach, which is amazing and revolutionary to have mental health programs in our places of worship. In addition to that, moving forward, Family Services, One Voice Canada, and the team that's been working with us since that meeting, Song Creative Mentorship Association of Greater Vancouver. I'd really like to thank Harman, Manjot, and Sharan, who have been there all along the way, putting in the hard work to make this program a reality. And the Sama team. As you'll notice from the logo, there are 12 figures holding hands. The Sama vision started with 12 directors. Some of those directors are still involved to this day. I'd like to thank Raman and Angie and Ranjit, who came today as well to join us. So again, now is our time. It's our time to build those bridges. It's our time to break the stigma, and it's our time to sow the seeds for a better future. Now is the time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Surrey School District and Tamanoa Secondary School. Our board's vision is we prepare our learners to think creatively and critically communicate skillfully and demonstrate care for self and others. The minister's announcement today of the new Mental Health Youth Ambassador Program directly addresses and supports our board's vision regarding an important need for young people in our community. A very significant aspect of this initiative is the recognition of the need to address the specific in-language and cultural considerations for our South Asian youth. I can tell you Punjab is spoken in the homes of close to half of all Surrey School District students. And of course, there are many other South Asian languages spoken as well. I'm proud to say our board has long supported and continues to support many student mental health initiatives in our district.
Hey guys, so I'm Herveer Fagura, and
my name is Navjageg.
And we are 2 out of 24 of the youth ambassadors selected for the first phase of the SAME project. I am very excited to be a youth ambassador for SAME. For me, this opportunity is very beneficial because people all around this country need to know what mental health is and how to help people going through mental health illnesses and issues. We've all heard of depression, anxiety, and stress, but there are over 200 different types of mental health illnesses, and it is very important to know about them because they completely change how someone acts, feels, and thinks. South Asian Youth Mental Health Ambassadors is a great way to learn more about mental health and how to cope with it. Personally, after I finish high school, I want to start a career in social work, and one major part of social working is to understand different types of mental health illnesses and how to help others that are dealing through difficult times in their life. Now I'll pass it to Navja to say a couple of words.
As Tamanoa students, we're proud to be hosting today's big announcement right here in our school. Thank you to Principal Du Bois, staff, and students for making this event possible. The reason why this program was so intriguing to me as a student is what it will do for our community. I feel as though in our community it is a very underlooked problem, and programs like this give youth the initiative to take charge and take care of their own community.